Welcome to We've Got Words, the podcast no one asked for. I'm your host, Brent Neves, alongside my fantastic co-host, Cameron Ponte. Cam, how we doing today?
I'm fucking good, bro.
You're good for once?
What do you mean for once, bro? I'm always good. I think you misunderstand my part in the intro. You know, I like to come in as level-headed, and I think you take that as a low, but you know, that's just a high.
So
you
want people to seem like you're depressing and stuff, because that's the feedback I've been getting. I say, how you doing? And it's always not good. Well, there's always like, come on, you gotta give me more.
I like to set my self expectations low, so that afterwards I can be like, you know what? Yeah, you know, I'm not doing too bad. But
you got to look at it from like the perspective of the show. Okay, I say, how you doing? And I'm up energy, and you go, I'm all right. You know, it kind of kills it.
You know,
we got to work on that.
If you were nicer to me sometimes, maybe I'd be in a better mood. But you know what? I think you affect me too much.
Well, maybe if you didn't piss me the fuck off, which we're going to get into that later.
I don't think I've ever pissed you off a day in my life. I think I've done nothing but been very sweet to you.
That's debatable. I mean, I will say I was going to be real. I was thinking about getting mad today.
Rude.
But I didn't. We'll get into that later. But we got another jam-packed episode today.
Jam-packed?
Jam-packed.
I love to hear that.
Do you?
Because you know what I hate?
Not jam-packed?
Silence.
Silence?
Yeah, that's what I hate. I gave you a little taste of it. Didn't taste good, right?
Throw
it back.
I don't want to throw a silence
exactly,
back.
Because we got a jam-packed episode. So stop going with this and let's get right in, bro. You know what? How are you doing? You asked me how I'm doing. How are you doing?
Again, better. I was thinking about getting mad, but I'm not.
Well, what else is new? Mad is your usual state when I'm around.
I think that's fair. If I'm calling you depressing and low energy, you can call me almost mad. I'll give you that.
I feel like your normal state is frustration when I'm around. You know,
that is true.
I think like you're doing good. You're having a great time. Like I picture like, because I always call you like when I know you're driving home and I'm driving, you know, doing work stuff. And in my head, I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to talk to Brent. I want to see how he's doing. I want to talk about his day. And then I feel like I call you. You see my name pop up on like your phone, and you're just like, ugh.
I think you are too high energy at the wrong times. Like when we do the podcast, you want high energy, and you don't give it to me. But when I'm driving home or it's midnight, you call me yelling at me, like with excitement, like a puppy.
I have weird bursts of energy, and, you know, I think I do need to work on when I can let that out, but sometimes it's just instinctual, you know?
I'll tell you this, on the podcast, you can always let it out.
Oh, I'll let it out, baby.
Every other time,
I'll let it all out.
Maybe think about it, just a little bit.
Yeah, but I feel like that takes away my spontaneity, you know? I feel like when I throw that at you, I'm trying to say, like, come on, work with me here, and then that's when you bring the low energy, and you're just like, I don't know, man, I don't like it.
I mean, that's true. It's a shocker how this podcast works, because everything you described is true. You get high energy, and it pisses me off. You get low energy, and then the show sucks, so...
We're a yin-yang, you know?
We need to figure something out. I don't know the answer, but...
I have an idea. More drugs.
That is definitely not the answer.
No, I don't know. It could work.
Because, so for the listeners, we'll give them a little peek behind the curtain. This episode was technically recorded right after the last episode. We tried to. That was our take one.
Oh, that was bad.
Then it turned into, rough. And we kind of talked about it at last week a little bit. Then it turned into, well, maybe it'll be a bonus show. That's fine. Bonus shows, you know, less energy, or more energy, but less effort, as they can now see. But then it quickly was like, we can't use this. This is unusable.
I got a little off the rails there. Got ahead of myself.
We can't even clip it. And that's because we took so many edibles.
Yeah, no, that was like
we were gardening hardcore, if you know what I'm saying.
Edible. Oh, yeah, we were in the green.
But with that being said, we did leave the people on a little bit of a cliffhanger. It's going to be a real disappointment because it's really not that good after I think about it. But we told them last week, after our drunken weekend, right? We got drunk for Jesus. That was the name of the episode, I'm pretty sure.
Gotta love Jesus.
We said that there was a part two, because that was all on one night. That was all, like, the Friday night, right?
And I was only involved in half of it.
You were only involved in half.
You had your own little side story, like I don't even count.
You were part of some of the side story. So that was all Friday, what happened, that story. And then the next day, that Saturday, got drunk again, as we do, right?
It happens.
It starts off, it was our friend's birthday, who we promised we're not going to name drop.
I want to so bad.
No, because we're
I
gonna do.
really want
We're
to.
gonna do a new. I let it slide all last episode because that was kind of the bit.
I
the
blew
bit's
my
over.
load, huh? I blew my load on the name dropping.
Yeah, and your recharge time is not that quick. So
You don't know my recharge time. Don't think you know anything about my body.
so
okay?
I'm gonna start with beeping you out or doing a funny bit. And if you just annoy me, I'm just gonna cut your audio track. I think that's what I'm gonna do. It may not make sense. I'm just gonna do it. But
Censorship? That's what we've come to?
don't come on now.
You're censoring me? And then
Only
you
you.
wonder why I have a sour mood sometimes. You're telling me I can't talk. I can't be myself.
I only want to censor you though. Only when you piss me off. Just don't piss me off. But anyways, we go.
All right, big brother.
We celebrate our friend's birthday, right? We went to a fun escape room, which I had a great time. I love escape rooms. Except, one of our other friends almost sabotaged us. The one thing we needed to leave the room, dropped it in the dark.
When you say one of our other friends, you mean yourself, right?
I was not.
It was you. It was you.
Okay.
You 100% made it an issue.
So for the listeners who weren't there, even though most of the people that listen to the show were probably there, there was a part in the room where there was maybe 8 or 9 vials or whatever. And there was one specific one that you needed to do the last puzzle, right?
It was the key. It was the golden thread, if you would.
But earlier on, there was this room, pitch black. Dude, it was the darkest dark I've ever seen.
Honestly, yeah, no, it was like I was one of the first people to went in there, me and our other friend, whose name I guess I can't say. And we went in there, and it was like this whole like circular door thing where you're moving it around almost like what do you call it? One of those revolving doors.
That's exactly.
Yep. I got there.
That revolves.
I got there.
Revolving door.
Don't worry.
Shocker.
So we walk in and it's just pitch black, and I'm just like, what? And I was like, I don't get scared that easily, but there was a little bit of an anxiety in me.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When you guys were in that room, I was like, how are they that dumb? How are they not doing anything? I was like, let me fucking go in and save the day as usual. I walked in, I was like, oh fuck, this is bad.
Yeah, that's dark.
I'm not getting out. I better hope someone turns the light on in the other room, because if not, I'm stuck here forever.
And that's what pissed me off too. There should have been a way to turn a light on in that room.
There never was. Until,
that should have been part of the puzzle.
Or once we did the puzzle, the lights turned on to get out. Nope. And I love how they say, "Oh, emergency exit." Okay, let me tell you, if there was an emergency, I'm not leaving that room.
Oh no, yeah, I was. There was a point where I was lost in there, and I started to reason with myself, and I was like, okay, this is my life now. Just I'm trapped in this dark room, and that's it.
Eventually, I did kind of get a little used to it, but it was still bad. But anyways, there was a part of the puzzle where you had to bring in a bunch of the vials, right, to solve the puzzle in that room. But all the vials kind of looked the same. So I was like, fuck it, bring them all in, right, and we'll figure it out. So one of our other friends brings all the vials in, and I'm holding 9 vials in the pitch black. So naturally, I drop one. But it's fine. We figured out the puzzle. We move on. We do the whole room. The very last part, we need 1 vial. We know which one we have to look for. I'm like, hey, guys, in my defense, I think I did drop one in that last room. Even the guy who was running the game was like, it's not in there, bro. It's not in there. I was like, here's the thing, though.
He wasn't accounting for your stupidity.
But I told him I dropped it. I'm pretty sure it's in there. No one believed me.
I believed you. I just wasn't vocal about it.
Until the very end. Oh, wait, you said you dropped it, right? I've been saying it this whole time. Yes. So we send you and our other friend in to look for it, I think, right? You went in?
Yeah, I was crawling on the ground. I didn't find a fucking thing.
Couldn't find the thing. It was gone forever. Then I remembered, that's right. I found the flashlight. And I had the flashlight, not when we were doing the dark room, initially, I didn't have the flashlight. But pretty soon after we did that, I found the flashlight, and it never occurred to me to use it for the dark because it wasn't meant for that puzzle. It was just something I found.
Yeah, no, it was like a happy accident.
So I went in, had the flashlight, and I do not blame you for not finding it, bro. All the way in the corner,
yeah.
Crazy.
I swear, I was on my hands and knees, I was
Yeah,
feeling around. I found fake bones and
So
other
much
shit, and I was just like, should I bring this? Is this a thing? Do we need this? We didn't need it.
And then I look at the vial, I go, son of a bitch, this is the one we need. But then after we finally did escape, so that was good, fun time. I may have caused the issue, but I also solved the issue. May have.
Sure.
Then we went out to a nice bar. Their beer was really good. 10%ers were going down like nothing. And that's what really started the drinking because we were still pretty hungover. We were good by that point, but we didn't feel the best.
Yeah,
I
no, we
don't know
weren't
about you.
100%. Yeah. If I didn't have that nap before then, I would have been fucked.
I also napped
I was
too.
like, okay, we rallied.
Yeah,
We
did
weren't
rally.
peak, but we rallied.
And then, the beer hits your lips. It's like, I want more. You know what I'm saying? So
Don't ever make that noise into
You
a
want
microphone
more.
ever again, because that like, ugh, I didn't like that.
you don't tell me about making noises in the microphone. You don't know how many edits I have to make of you sniffling or coughing or fucking your ice cube on the side. So I don't want to hear it.
Oh yeah, just so our listeners know, I've been banned from ice cubes
Yes.
on this show, and I just want to let you know what I'm working with. Anytime Brent complains about
this is
me,
what I see right here. Like right,
well, I
I'm like,
gotta
Cam,
mix it. I need to have my
you
beverage
have to
equally
do it right
cold.
there. Like it's crazy.
Well, I mean, sometimes you can't help it.
So, anyways, my friend, who also won't be named. You see how we do this? You see how we're working on
Fucking
this?
rude, man. People like shout-outs.
Him and his girlfriend go to like this, like it's almost like a ball. She's in school, so it's like a big ball, right? And they always go downtown drinking later. And a couple of years, I've crashed it, and it's a lot of fun, right? I suit up and I meet him down there and have a lot of fun. So that was the plan. He texted me. We were coming from like Fall River area. If whoever's familiar with New England, we drove all the way home so I could suit up. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll meet you back there. Whatever. It sucks that I have to drive all the way back, but I want to hang out. I want to party. Let's keep going. So I get to this random person's house. I've only met him like once. Not my friend. My buddy trashed. I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened to you? He's trashed, but he's having a good time.
It happens, man. If you're partying with lawyers, you're gonna get trashed.
It's true. So then, I start having, a few beers there, and I was like, all right, so what's the game plan? Where are we going? What's the mood here? And then I hear from not my friend, but from another random person, yeah, I think we're gonna go to this place in Providence. I just look at him, silence, and I'm like, dude, he knows he fucked up. He was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I hate you so much. And everyone was like, oh, why? What's wrong? I go, I was just in Providence. I went from Providence, Johnston area, all the way to Massachusetts, all the way back up there, just to come all the way back to Providence. And then they mentioned that bar that we went to, Free Play, to go there. And I was like, I was there yesterday. I blacked out twice because of that place. I was like, we can't do that. We gotta at least go somewhere else.
You gotta hit those fan favorites.
So we ended up going. I was like, fuck it, whatever. I'm here for a good time. We ended up going to another bar. I made more friends.
Okay, yeah. Were these friends male or female? Because you have a pattern. You have a history.
Well, I mean, they were male.
Mm-hmm.
The strangers were male.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how he started talking to us. If we were taking shots.
Probably because he thought you were cute, bro.
We were taking shots. We were explaining to him friends in law school. The other guy we were with is in dental school. So this guy thought, I don't know if he thought we were loaded or whatever. And we're like, oh, what brings you here? Drinking alone. He's like, oh, my girlfriend is, in school, and, I moved down from Florida to here to be with her. And I'm like, oh, cool. Nice guy. But then it occurred to me, I was like, why are you here alone then? It was a little weird.
Because he's sad.
He was definitely sad. He gave giant Cam Ponte energy.
Okay.
He really did.
Listen. I'd like to address the sadness in the room here. I am not inherently sad. I think I just have resting defeated face. Okay, and that is not my fault. I blame life.
That is true. You are defeated. Life has gotten to you.
But guess what? I keep going.
But nice guy. We'll get him a shot. Whatever. So we all take shots, and then we would get more shots. But one of and then best friends at that point. But one of our other friends was like, nah, I can't do another shot. We already had the shot, so we're like, fuck it, give it to homeboy. So meeting new friends everywhere I go. Great time. My buddy, I don't know if he threw up, but man, he was not looking hot. But I was.
Why
fine.
were you checking him out?
No,
he wasn't looking hot, but you clearly thought something of his appearance.
I thought he looked fucked up. So
there you go. That's a better word to use.
So yeah, another wild night, meeting a lot of good friends. But I don't know if anything happened to you that weekend.
No, I got home. I got in bed, and I was like, yeah, this is me. This is what I'm doing.
See, I almost asked you to come, but I was like, you don't know these people.
You act like that would have stopped me, bro. I'm better with people that don't know me because I'm like, I don't give a shit. I don't have, who am I trying to impress? Strangers? Fuck strangers.
I don't know. Strangers are pretty fun to impress. I love making new friends.
I know you do. You love making new male friends.
But that was pretty much like the end of I guess my drunken week. Well, you had a drunken weekend. I just kept going. I just extended it,
Yeah, you kept up with it.
It was a good time. But before that, it was like a wild week in general. It really was. Because that was just the weekend. before that, I also had a crazy fucking experience where I almost fought a guy on the highway.
Oh yeah, was that was before the show, right? Before we had that show.
No, that was like the Thursday. Yeah, that was like the Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was like the day before. Because dude, it clearly wasn't that night because I was not in any.
That's why.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have made more sense if it was.
It
that
would have
night.
made more sense. So, because I didn't really tell you this story, I just like had it up as a note, and you're like, I have no clue what that means, but I can't wait to hear it. So I was just driving, right, and I like to drive a little fast, but I'm not a prick about it. At least I don't think I'm a prick about it.
Yeah, let's go with that.
So I was going decent speed, like I was happy with it, but I could have gone faster. So there was a Prius in front of me, and the Prius was maybe going like 75, 80, so not awful. I've seen him go slower, But I was like, if I can pass him, I'm gonna pass him, right? So I think I'm gonna try to pass him. If I don't pass him, not a big deal. I'll get right behind him again, and I'll be fine with the situation. So I move over to the right because I was passing him on the right, which you're not supposed to do, but I had places to be. So I start speeding up. I get up there, and the car in front of me kind of like jacks on their brakes, and I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to stop. I can't pass this Prius. But again, not a big deal. Kind of aggravated, but whatever. I just stopped. I moved back over. I go behind the Prius, and I go about my day. That was the plan, and there was nothing wrong with that. Then this guy to the right of me, who who jacked up on his brakes, starts just coming into my lane. So I'm beeping. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is this guy doing? Does he not see me? Like, what's up? And then he stops. I'm like, okay, this fucking guy, crazy, clearly a bad driver. Then he does it again. I'm like, okay, now we have a problem. I was like,
that's why you should always be strapped, bro. You should have had a gun, and you should have just had it there and just been like, not today, motherfucker.
I didn't think I needed it. I just thought, oh, maybe he was being an idiot. And then he did it twice. I'm like, and he looked at me. I'm like, okay, now it's intentional. What is wrong with you? So I was like, all right, I'm gonna fly by him. I want nothing to do with this. Like, clearly that guy's trying to kill himself or something. So then we get to a red light. Right, I'm in one lane. He's in the other lane. I have a red light. He has a green light. But I'm sitting there stopped, and he stops when he has a green light. Rolls down his window, starts yelling, and I'm looking. I'm like, is this guy talking to me? Like, I have no clue what he's mad about at this point. So I roll down my window. I'm like, yo, what is up? Like, what is wrong? Like, I truly do not know.
You see, I'm surprised you didn't hit him with a, how we doing?
Because I was like, I wasn't even trying to start shit. I was legitimately like, yo, what is your problem? Like, I don't know. Like, did something happen to you? Like, I don't know. He starts yelling, you're going to kill someone like that. I can't believe it. I'm like, what did I do? I do not know. Like, you have me confused with someone else. And he's like, oh, I thought you tried to pass that Prius, and then you came up on me and you jammed on your brakes. I was like, all right, time out. First off, I had it under control. Second off, you jammed on your brakes, which made me then move, and then you tried to run me off the road. How is that my fault? And then, meanwhile, people are beeping behind him because he has a green light. And I'm like, I don't even want to talk to you right now. That's insane. Then he starts getting out of his car. I'm like, what are you doing? But then everyone was beeping behind him and like making a scene, so he just got back in and left. And I left that whole situation being like, I didn't even ask for a fight.
I think you should have talked more shit to him.
I was just so confused. If I was ready for a fight, maybe, but I was not ready for it.
You're lucky you didn't have me in the car, bro, because I would have gone off. I would have told that guy where to fucking go, let me tell you. Because I don't appreciate when people are dicks on the road. Especially when they make like a whole big scene. If he wants to be upset, you beep your horn, you make a face or whatever. But to like hold up traffic and to make a whole fucking ordeal of it, fuck that guy.
I love he's like, you're going to kill me. You tried to run me off the road because you thought I was going to hit you, which, if you remember from my mindset was, if I pass the Prius, awesome. If I don't, that's fine. I had that whole figured out. And when I figured out I couldn't pass it, that's fine. I was fine with it.
I also love how this guy's mindset is, oh, this guy's driving dangerously. Let me be extra dangerous towards him and teach him a lesson. Like, no, buddy, you're part of the fucking problem.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like, I mean, am I really that confrontational? Like, I thought I have a face that makes these, like, I'm friendly. I don't think.
No. You look like a prick.
Really?
Yeah, no. In the most loving possible way. I think you have a natural face where someone's just like, I don't trust him.
So let's do an exercise. I'm going to tell you what I said and how I said it. Mm-hmm. And then I want you to repeat it of how it probably came off.
Okay.
So when I said, yo, what's up? Genuinely concerned. How do you think he took that?
I mean, the thing is, he was probably just blinded by his own frustrations. So the fact that you even responded, he was probably like, this guy wants to go. this fucking guy wants to go because he's
Why?
looking for a fight.
So that's still not
the
on my
issue.
fault.
No, you're fine. I mean, maybe don't drive as recklessly. I know you weren't intending on trying to be a prick. But, you got to be a little conscious of the other people on the road. But the thing is he followed it up with an escalation. That's not how you solve a problem.
And then when
if someone's robbing a bank that you're in, you don't pull out more guns than him and go, "I'm robbing you. Give me your wallet, you piece of shit." That's not how it works. That's not how problems are solved.
we've been saying that on Reddit. The solution to crime is not more crime.
Yeah, no,
never is.
People really need to stop answering crime with more crime.
And when I said, "What's your problem?" he probably didn't take it that way. He probably thought of like, "Yo, what's your problem?" Right?
Well, again, it depends on how you say it.
I thought I said it like, "Yo, what is your problem?" Because I wanted to know. That's how I thought I said it.
See, I think the issue that I run into is when I'm in situations like that, I always just play into something. Like I would have just been like, I'm sorry, like, are you okay? You having a problem? You need me to call someone for you? Like, you know what I mean? Either like kill him with that extra kindness, or you just be like, the fuck do you want?
See, I just really wanted answers though. I was more like, I'm not trying to make
That's
a fight.
your problem. You cared too much.
I need to know what's going on. But
no, you cared too much. You were trying to respond to his ridiculousness with like genuine concern. That's not how you deal with those people.
it really was a crazy week. So like I said, that was Thursday. And then last week they heard what happened Friday. Today they heard what happened Saturday. There was more shit that happened in that week of just like life events that were wild.
Well, I mean, we're pretty, busy people.
I had to, for something that I will get into maybe a future episode. Most people already know, but I don't want to talk too much, but I had to take a psych evaluation.
And it's not one that any of us are going to be happy with because we're not going to get a diagnosis
It
for
was
him.
a
We're not going to
voluntary
figure out
one.
what's wrong with him, which is sad.
But it really made me see how psychology is a joke.
I would not go that far, but
It's a
I guess
joke.
continue.
All of these, I am not exaggerating. It was 1,000 questions. 1,000 questions. Now you would think, oh, that's maybe really in depth or whatever. Well, no, because one of the questions, and I see what they're getting at, but the way they phrase it, it's either you're insane or you clearly know what to pick if you are trying to pretend like you're not insane. One of them was, I am possessed by evil spirits that make me do bad things.
That's normal.
Okay.
We all have our demons, man.
So if you say yes to that, yeah, you're probably insane. If you say no to that, well, you could still be insane. You're just not an idiot. I got a lot of questions that were like, so I feel like hurting other people. No, clearly not, right? That's an easy one. And
I
then
don't know. I feel like every time you hang out with me, you always you look like you
you're
want to
not
hit
other
me.
people.
I am other people.
There was one that's like, oh, like I generally like people usually believe me when I speak to them. I was like, yeah, of course they do. I don't lie. But then the
you have a version of the truth that you tend to like to throw out there.
Then the quiz really was like trying to hint at something. So they asked like the normal question, like, have you ever been suicidal? No, right? That's a valid, fair question, right? Have you ever been depressed? All valid questions. And then they were like, all right, have you ever tried to hurt yourself? No, right? I see where you're going. That's an important thing to ask. No. A couple of questions go by. Have you ever thought about trying to hurt yourself? No, still no. Then it was, okay, but have you ever tried to kill yourself? No, nope. Have you ever expressed that you were trying to hurt yourself? Made me start thinking like, do you think I'm trying to kill myself right now?
Okay, but here's the thing. They're asking these questions, and you're really confused with these questions, but you also have to look at your own personal history, and you're the person who says, yeah, I've never tried to hurt myself. You're also the same person who has dove off a flight of stairs because their calzone was running late.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to hurt myself.
You don't
I was
dive
seeking
off
attention.
of stairs. Yeah, that's healthy.
That's not
you were
hurting.
trying
That's
to
not
seek
intentionally hurting
attention
myself.
from a delivery person that was not there.
No, I was trying to prove a point.
What point was
Next
that?
time, come faster.
Yeah. Did the delivery person know any of this?
No.
Exactly.
Okay,
So you're an idiot.
Execution was
So
poor.
yes, you have tried to hurt yourself.
No, that it was all. And then it was like, have you ever been possessed to hurt yourself? No. What is up with me being possessed and killing myself? Like,
Well,
crazy.
you're a little crazy sometimes, man. I mean, I'll admit it too. I'm a little crazy. You know, like I said, we all know I have my demon. He's always around.
I have.
I won't dox him because you'll get mad.
I took a couple of screenshots of some of the questions. If we get someone that is our social media manager. Maybe we can post them because, dude, it was.
You know what would be crazy though? If that stuff was actually sent to the social media manager, maybe they'd be able to do something.
If the social media manager ever like put some effort in, maybe then I'd have more confidence. But again,
have you thought about this? Have you thought about maybe going and fucking yourself? That's always an option.
No, and I've never even thought about trying to fuck myself. What are you, the fucking quiz?
But do you want to fuck yourself?
Well,
see, if you reword it sometimes, it gets you there.
I will say there were some that I'm like, I don't know if I got this one wrong because they would do a lot of like that wordplay, and I'm like, okay, listen, I don't know how to answer this, yes or no, but I do not want to kill myself, and I'm like, I don't know what I should answer, but this is what I'm trying to convey to them.
I think you would have enjoyed the test better if each question had a comment section where you could answer, but then you could also add context.
I think we should because I lied some of that, but I think we should like take that for real and like, because some of it's crazy, and I think it was pretty funny. Man, we can explore that.
I think that we should definitely have an episode where we get psychoanalyzed by someone.
That'll be fun.
I think if we have any listeners out there who are willing to and qualified to psychoanalyze me and Brent,
unqualified, I don't care.
Oh, if you want an unqualified person, I'll psychoanalyze you there.
So maybe we can post some of those. But another thing we could maybe post is we do have updates. I've had them for a little while, and I told you. But for our listeners, I do have updates from the dominatrix girl. So I don't know if we've actually explained what was going on, but even after you left, when we were talking to that dominatrix girl, what I would do is I would screenshot their messages, send them to you, and then you would tell me how to reply, and I would just reply.
Yeah, because I was still trying to figure out if this girl was a bot, so I had to get a little.
Because again, I don't actually care about this, right? So I have all these screenshots. I didn't care about it, so I was like, whatever Cam says, I'll just say. And it started off like, okay, whatever. Like, oh yeah, mommy, what are you gonna do to me? Like, okay, whatever. I see what he's trying to do. I'm fine with that. But then I had to question some of them because I was like, just time out. Are we sure? She sent me pictures of like really big nails. And your response was, "Oh yeah, tear me apart." Yeah. I don't think that's
tear me apart, bro. Tear me up.
I don't think that's what I want. It was some weird stuff.
You've never had your back clawed to shit?
No.
It's better than you think. It's better than you think. A little blood goes a long way.
I'm fine with that, but when you use the words of "tear me up," it sounds a little worse.
You got to play it up a little bit. A lot of that stuff is it's bullshitting each other, especially like over text. You got to play it up. You got to make her. It's almost like playing chicken with each other to see who's going to like say the more outrageous thing. And then when you're in person, you fucking and you go.
And some of the things you were saying, like I can't do it justice from memory because this was a little while ago. I think we need to post some screenshots because dude, it was crazy. She was saying like, oh, we could role play and like I can be like your stepmother, and you were like, oh yeah, mommy, I'm so into that. Yeah, that really gets me going. I'm like, are you?
Part of it is, like I said, you have to one up each other.
You also said multiple times, right? So you would like say these things, which I was like, all right, whatever. But then you always made it clear at the end, but no butt stuff.
Well, yeah, she kept saying she wanted to put shit in your ass.
No, she didn't though. You said nothing goes in my ass. She said okay, said other stuff, and you go, yeah, that sounds good. But nothing in my ass.
Because the thing is because she kept bringing up like other boundaries and things like that, and I'm like, you have to.
But she never brought up putting more things in my ass than that one time.
We'll look. We'll go back and I'll show you. There was multiple times after we said nothing in my ass, where she brought up or alluded to the fact of stuff going in your ass. And listen, if I'm going to set you up with a dominatrix, I'm not going to set you up with someone who's going to be doing shit you don't want. All right, I'm looking out for you, man. I care about you.
We'll look at the proof. We'll see if your messages were worth it or not, because a lot of them were a little too out there.
And I will say, the conclusion of that story is we're pretty sure she was either a bot or just looking for money. It did get to a point where she was just looking for money.
Yeah, but I don't think she's a bot or just like looking for money. I think she is a dominatrix who wants to get paid.
Well, yeah, that's like, I think part of it is.
I think she is real though.
There's financial domination.
Yeah, I think she likes. Bless you. I think she likes a little bit of that. So I think like it's like if I was to give her money, it would be like part of the experience. But I'm not gonna do that.
Well, yeah, I mean, because that's not something I'm into.
I said I'd Venmo her, but she was only in the Cash App. So. Oh
yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like if she really was just kind of like, I want money. That's what's gonna get me off. Then you take what you fucking get. You know, if it's Venmo, if it's I'll put a check in the mail, if it's like I'll leave like $50 on like a park bench taped to the bottom, and you also go to that park
I'm
bench
not
and
buying
take that.
drugs.
No, what I'm saying is, if there's a will, there's a way. You can't be like, I want to dominate you financially, but on my terms, very specifically. Like if she's just like, yeah, send me Bitcoin. Like, no, if you want fucking money, you get money.
But that was all that 1 week. That was a crazy week. I just don't.
We're interesting people.
And that's why we needed a part 2, which is why we tried to record it and then did not happen.
Yeah, no, that was a bad idea.
But something that we did talk about last week, which we also have an update on, we had that whole bet of, we're going to go out. We're going to go out that night after because, again, we were high, very high. We were like, we're going to go back out. We had this whole bet that we were going. Listen to last week's episode if you don't know what we're talking about. Wild if you're starting on this episode. Crazy. But we did end up going out. But we had a different experience.
That was a wash.
We had a different one. We did not belong out there. We should have stayed home. The only really funny thing that happened, because again, we're kind of high on our mind. We're just kind of drinking.
We're bopping around, you know.
I go to get us more drinks, right? Because it was my turn to get the next round, and I'm just sitting there again, high, trying to order a drink at a pretty busy bar. So I'm not really getting progress. I'm just kind of leaning up against the bar with my card out, like waiting for my order.
And I'm just fucking off at a little table.
Yeah, just sitting there. So, it's been some time and, they're not getting to my drinks, but I'm not about to make a scene. I don't belong there.
You should have unbuttoned your shirt a little bit.
Then there was this girl who was not old. She was older, but not old. Maybe like mid to late 30s. Yeah, mid to late 30s, right? And she orders a drink, and then she sees me there, and she goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Like, you were here before me." And I was like, "Listen, it's fine. Like, I wasn't really trying in my defense." And she goes, No, I feel bad. Let me get you a drink. What do you guys get? And I'm like, no, don't worry. You don't got to do that. It's fine. I'll get the next one. She's like, no. What are you guys drinking? I'm like, just, I guess 2 Mick Ultras, whatever we got, right? 2 beers. And then I was like, well, since that you got his attention, like, she only had the one drink. It wasn't like she just got like one drink. I was like, I'll just buy them, but thank you for ordering them. Didn't think it was a big deal.
Nice gesture.
Yeah, it was like she had one beer. It wasn't like I was buying shots for a bunch of fucking, chicks. It wasn't that bad. So then I get the beer. We're drinking. Not even that much time goes by, like 15, 20 minutes. And her friend comes up to me and goes, "Come on, I'm going to get you a drink." I'm like, no, it's good. I just got this one. Then she says, No, you bought my friend a drink. I got to buy you one now. Come on, let's go. We're drinking.
Those are the rules.
Finish it.
You should have known the rules, Brent.
So when she said, "Stop chugging, finish it," I was like, all right, you got me. You got me. So I chug my beer. I go up to her. I go up to the bar with her. She gets me a drink. I was like, "Oh, awesome. This is great." And then she starts talking to me. And she goes,
you love making friends. So
I love making
right
friends. I didn't even ask for this one. She was like, "Oh, like I thought that was really nice of you." But I was like, "Yeah, not a big deal." Again, high out of my fucking mind. She goes, "Let me ask you something." I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" She goes, "Why is your friend so sad over there?"
This fucking bitch.
She literally said that. She goes, "Why does your friend look so sad?" And
it's resting, defeated face.
I lose it. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know, but like, that's crazy. It's like a girl thing. You got stuff going on. I'm like, you have no idea how like accurate you are. It's crazy.
And here I am thinking I'm good at hiding my emotions.
And then she goes, "Come on, we're going to make him feel better." Now, I knew you weren't going to believe me, but I think she kind of convinced you that I'm telling the truth. She walks over to you and goes, "So why are you so sad?" You look at me, and I thought, I promise I did not have anything to do with this.
And do you remember what my response was?
I do not, because I did not pay attention after that.
My response was, "I'm fine. I'm not sad. You don't need to ask." That is not a question you need to ask a stranger at a bar. "I'm fine. Leave me alone." Which I'm sure probably made it seem like I was not fine. But at that point, I've heard this way too often from all my friends. Like, "You look sad. Why are you sad?" "Fuck off. I'm fine."
But she was really nice. And then her like friend who I originally met like starts. She was like, "Oh, what's your name?" Like this girl was like, "Oh, what's your name?" I was like, "Oh, my name is Brent." She was like, "Oh my God, there's no way." She calls her friend back over. She goes, "His name is Brent." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Then she goes, "That's my son's name." And then starts showing me pictures of like her 16-year-old kid. I'm like, how am I in this situation? And apparently this girl had like a weird job, which she was telling us about. And
the other girl, the friend. The
and I was
person.
Really high, so I would just go wild, crazy.
Because then she brought us out to the dance floor. and then it's just like the three of us in like a little clump, and me and you are just fucking gonzo. And like she's trying to talk to us, and she'll like lean into me, and you're like laughing at me, and then I'm just like like yeah, oh, like that's cool, that's nice, and then she'll like lean into you, and I'm just like, bro, we gotta get the fuck away from this girl right now, because this is not looking good.
Yeah,
and neither of us had any sort of
the
interest.
point I knew where I needed to leave was when I went to go cheers you, and you know how you do the thing where you hit the top of the bottle, and it goes up, and you gotta start chugging it. So I was like, I'm gonna do that because I think we had like some Amstels. So I was like, cheers. Boom, do that. And I started drinking. It was pretty hard, but I didn't know what happened. You got so mad. I don't know why you got so mad.
Oh, you don't know why?
I don't.
Maybe it's because you hit my bottle so hard that you fucking broke it. You fucking broke my glass bottle and then questioned why I didn't drink out of it.
Your bottle.
Because I don't want to drink fucking glass and cut my face.
You compromised your bottle somehow. The integrity of your bottle was compromised before I hit it. Probably.
I think you're just a prick.
I don't know. But
then you wonder why I'm sad. I can't even enjoy a beer without fucking having to drink glass shards.
Then we realized, yeah, we need to go.
Yeah, that was the sign.
To go home.
That was the sign there. Yeah, no, that was yeah.
So we didn't do our bet of like, oh, pick someone out, but I think we both.
Also, I'll give us some credit, bro. Slim pickings. It was slim
but
pickings.
Also, I think we were distracted and we had another story that was going on.
Remember that other girl too? She was trying to get us to meet her at another bar.
Yeah.
She was like asking us what we were doing that night, and then her friend's like, yeah, we're heading out. We're gonna go to I don't remember what bar she said. And the girl's like, oh, okay. And then she comes back over to us. She's like, so like we're going over here. Like, do you guys want to go? And we just looked at each other and we're like, no. And
again, I was only hearing about 50% of the words she was saying. It was mainly just me reacting, going, all right, sounds good. Yup. I was like not really knowing what was going on. So I think that slap bet from last week. I think I mean we had a different adventure.
Yep, it was a lot sadder than we needed for that time.
But I mean, dude. I don't know why the last couple of weeks have been so eventful.
Because we've been taking my idea of, okay, Brent, let's do more. Let's follow. Follow your bliss. Let's take that thought that you have in your head of like, maybe I do this. Just go for it.
I'm not saying I'm taking your idea because that will make me mad at you. So we're gonna move on.
What else is?
We're gonna
Might
move
as well
on.
be mad.
We're gonna move on to the because we got a special episode. I know it's wild. We're already more than halfway in and we're starting the episode, but we do have a special episode. Now I said we can't name drop anybody. We can name drop one person because they put in a lot of effort and we got permission.
All right, yeah.
But Felicia,
I thought we were talking about Obama.
No, we can drop. I don't care about him. Felicia had this whole episode planned for us, and she did all the work. She did more work for the podcast than you have in 4 months.
I think she's done more work for the podcast than I've done for the entire year I've been at my job.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
So her idea was she wanted us to talk about astrology because we're really into astrology.
Don't lump me into that. First of all, don't say we because both of us actually are not into astrology at all.
I'm really into astrology.
We've had a lot of laughs about how much bullshit we think it is.
No, I'm really into. I collect gems now.
Nope. Name a gem.
Topaz.
Show me the topaz. Where do you keep your topaz?
Right next to my nightstand. It helps me with night terrors.
Night terrors?
Yeah.
You told me once that you thought I was your sleep paralysis demon. I don't think that fucking topaz is doing shit.
Ever since the topaz, it could be the emerald, but ever since I've gotten those in my room, haven't had a bad experience.
I let the record show Brent has not a single stone in his room.
I also got moon water. I put it out.
You do not have moon water.
Yes, I did. Last full moon.
I'm going to take a shit in your moon water.
Last full moon, I put it out of 24 hours, and then I captured it, and I have a little bottle.
Can you post a picture? Send it to me so that I can show the viewers Brent's moon water.
Absolutely.
And all your gems.
100%.
Yeah, we'll have one picture. You'll line up all your gems and your moon water, and I'll get a nice picture.
Some of them don't show up on camera, though. They're magical.
Oh, okay.
But
it's all
I can
bullshit.
show you some stuff. I can show you some stuff.
You're a fucking idiot.
But yeah, I'm really into astrology now. So we had this whole episode planned, right? Now I have not looked at this. She sent it to us. I haven't looked at it. You looked at it. And I think you have something planned mainly for this, and we're gonna kind of react to it.
Yeah.
So
I'll start going over what we have brought up here today. So it starts with a little bit of an introduction. So I'll read that for everybody. Webster's dictionary defines astrology as the divination of the supposed influence of the stars and planets on human affairs and terrestrial events by their positions and aspects. Astrology can be an extremely helpful tool in understanding one's feelings, motives, and emotions.
See, I'm surprised you're really not into astrology. You really need to understand your emotions because you don't even know that you're sad.
First of all,
I'm
not sad. Leave me alone.
I don't know if this is going to be covered, but one of your signs could just be sad.
That's not how that works.
How does it work?
There's first of all, there's different like signs that you can have different like zodiac
I know that. Yeah, that's about all I know.
And so the main one, let's see here. In astrology, oh look, it's almost like the Reddit. It's answering our questions as we go. In astrology, the sun, moon, and rising signs represent different aspects of a person's personality and are often referred to as the big three.
The big three. Dude, you've been saying that the power of three for how long now?
Well, that's Pythagoras, you know.
Pythagoras was into astrology.
No, he wasn't.
Keep reading.
This says I'm the one who's actually read this. There's not a single mention of Pythagoras in here.
She missed it then.
Yeah?
Because Pythagoras...
Hold on, please tell us more about Pythagoras and his influence on astrology.
He had the hypothesis thing, the stars.
Don't just say science words, you fucking prick.
Pythagoras, triangles and shit.
Let me continue. So she's gonna lay out a little bit more detail about the sun, moon, and the rising or ascending signs. So the sun sign, when talking about astrology and zodiac signs, the sun sign is the most common and well known. The sun sign is determined by the zodiac sign the sun was in at the time of birth, and it represents someone's core identity, ego, and motivations.
So this is the one I know, right? And I'm the best one, clearly.
Well, that's not how that works.
That is, they rank. If they were all to fight, I would win.
And I believe too, she's gonna lay out what our sun, moon, and rising, ascending.
I'd hope so. If not, that would be a big tease.
You love being teased. That's canon on this
There are the
show.
first three. I ain't gonna tell you what they are. The wild.
Well, maybe she's like planning an episode 2 where she's like, I'll give you a little bit more.
That would be hilarious. But wow, that would really curve this episode.
So. The moon sign is determined by the moon's position at the time of birth and represents one's emotional nature and inner self.
All right, so we got like true identity and ego.
It also provides insights to how they nurture and care for others.
Okay, so that's like your emotional side. One's like your identity.
Yeah, one's identity, ego, motivations. That's the sun.
And I
got the emotions and nature and inner self and how we can care for others.
Okay.
And for the rising/ascending sign, the rising sign is determined by the zodiac sign that was on the eastern horizon at the time of birth. That kind of just sounds like they're just throwing shit in.
Why is there no falling sign then? What was on the west?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll read on and see if any of that gets answered.
If not, I feel like they missed something.
It signifies how a person is perceived by others and the impression they make on the world. In other words, it represents how one projects themselves to the world.
Yeah, I kind of knew all that, but I don't know exactly where I fall in with those ones.
All right, so what I'll do is I'll read both of our sun signs. Do you want me to read you first, or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
That's so sweet of you. All right.
I didn't mean to say that, but yeah. I meant to say you read mine first, but no, you go first.
Oh, no, fuck you. I'll do yours. You fucking... Ugh, I hate you. All right, so, Brent, your sun is in Sagittarius.
Of course, because Sagittarius is all the best.
Nope, that's not true.
That's true.
Sagittarius...
Jesus was a Sagittarius.
Technically?
Yeah.
Technically,
how do you like that one?
Jesus was born in, like, the summertime.
Technically, Christmas.
No. That was what the church did to replace a pagan holiday to make it easier for people in the transition of paganism into monotheism.
That's what we celebrate.
You fucking piece of garbage.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius is the 9th sign in the zodiac and is represented by the Archer. Their ruling planet is Jupiter.
Gotta love Jupiter.
Oh, your favorite planet's Earth, apparently.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Oh, that's canon. Fucking boring ass shit.
I love Jupiter, but yeah, it's not my favorite planet.
I'm interested to see what mine says. What my favorite planet is.
I hope it's fucking Earth.
I'll be mad. I'll be so fucking mad, dude. A Sagittarius is characterized as being adventurous. They're associated with freedom and a love of learning. Fucking lame.
They nailed it, though. They nailed it. I love learning. I love freedom.
They are hilariously unreserved, and when they aim straight, they always hit their target.
All right, now here's the thing, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I was kind of doing a bit. I'm really not into that much astrology, but that sounds just like me.
You're just happy that someone's complimenting you. If this was like Sagittarius are a piece of shit, and
we wouldn't say that because it's not true.
Beat up animals. You'd be like, oh, astrology's mean. I'm not. Those Sagittarius. No, it's just sitting there jerking you off, and you're like, oh, I feel great.
Don't be jealous because I got a good one.
Mine's probably gonna say the same nice shit.
I bet you it's gonna say it's sad.
It's not gonna say sad.
I hope it does.
So she also lays out what the key traits and potential challenges are. So your key traits are adventurous, which I'll give you. You're an adventurous person. Optimistic. I disagree.
What?
You literally shoot down so many things, and you can be so pessimistic sometimes.
My realistic.
Yeah, realism and optimism are very different.
But I'm always optimism when I'm like, oh, I'm going to work really hard on the show. Maybe it's going to be something 1%, and you go, come on, it's not gonna.
I've never said that.
Oh,
I never said we're not gonna fucking make it. I've just said
when I take calculated risk, and I'm hopeful for those ones.
Yeah, that's not the same.
I think it's the same.
Independent, which you are.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I am. Thank you for not drinking into the camera or the mic.
You're welcome. I mean, if I had ice, it would have been a whole fucking ordeal with you. Curious, which it depends for you. It depends.
I'm curious.
No, I've asked you to do. I'm like, oh, try this. You're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Nah. No.
Well, yeah, because I know the answer. I don't like it.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Curious
you don't know if you like it or not. You're just assuming you don't. Intellectual. Honest and direct. That's not true.
What?
You are the most indirect and
I am so direct.
Ingenuous person.
That is so
You
false.
are not. No.
I will tell you exactly how it is.
Listen. This is how it goes.
Yeah, that's because I don't like you.
Know what happens with all of our friends too, and keep it up, and I'll start fucking naming which ones can back me up. I don't fucking test me. Yeah. So anytime anyone wants Brent to do anything, we'll be like, oh, hey, Brent, like we're hanging out, we're gonna do this. We'll be like, oh yeah, like I don't know, I had a long day, but you know what? Yeah, no, I'll let you know later. Yeah, no, yeah, maybe
because I haven't made up my mind yet.
I'll let you know. You never say
not true.
Yes. Anytime that you give that runaround, everyone knows at this point. Anyone that knows you well enough that's just a no.
That's not true.
And there have been times. Nope, there have been times where me and you have been hanging out. Someone's asked you to do something, and I've heard you on the phone. You're giving them that runaround, this, that, and the other thing, and then you turn to me, you're like, no way, I don't want to do that shit. You kidding me? That sounds awful. I'm like, fucking tell them. Just say no.
I disagree.
Just say, no, I'm all set.
I disagree.
I do that shit all the time. You're like, hey, Cam, can you do this thing for
what
me?
If
and I'm
I change my mind? I'm keeping my options open.
That's not being direct.
I'm being direct and saying, I'm keeping my options open.
Being direct, see, but you don't do that. You go, hey, yeah, maybe I'll let you know, and then you ignore them.
From now on, I'll say, I'll keep my options open.
That's better.
All right, I'll do that.
That's better.
I'm fine with that.
That's like if you were being honest and direct, you'd say, you know what? I don't really know how I'm feeling right now. I'll keep that in mind, but if I get a better option open, or if I'm lazy, I'm probably not going to do it.
That's a compromise. I'll start saying,
just be honest.
I'll keep my options. Okay, sure.
Yeah, just put it out there.
I thought that was pretty much assumed when I said that, but I guess not.
Loyal, which I'll give you. You tend to be relatively loyal when it suits you, when it serves you.
Yeah, that's a good keyword, so I'll agree with that.
And this last one, absolutely not. Compassionate.
Yeah, I am compassionate.
No, you are the least compassionate person ever.
False.
Literally, I told you before when I am sad, and you're like, just stop being sad. Why are you like that?
Because here's the thing.
Stop. You will find every excuse to just not have empathy for people.
Let me argue with this, though. When you say, I'm not sad, and I say, oh, just like stop being sad, right? That's me being so compassionate to try to make you feel better in every way possible. And sometimes that's just trying to help you out of your sadness. Because I care so much. I'm so compassionate.
Nope.
That I'm trying to be so direct with you to try to help you out.
What about all the times
like don't be sad, Cam. I'm being direct.
You have so many people that have come up to you, and I know this because we've talked about it, who will like tell you an issue and stuff like that, and you're like, this is stupid. I can't fucking believe that they think this is an issue. Of course it's an issue, and then you'll just shit on them.
Yeah, because I want them to get over their issue, and the only way they can do that is if they just do it.
You're rude about it. You're rude about it.
Maybe
you're not
my
compassionate.
execution is bad.
You're not compassionate.
I have an execution issue.
Would you like to know your potential challenges? Oh my
Cam
God!
Ponte?
Yes. These are all accurate. No, I'm into astrology now because these it's just 3, but these are like Brent Nev's staples right here. All right, impatient.
Yes.
incredibly impatient.
No argument.
I've never seen someone who
Come
can't
on,
wait for
get
things
to the
less.
next thing. I get it.
Impulsive.
Yes.
You are one of the most
Okay,
impulsive people I know,
I don't see these as challenges, but that's fine.
and struggles with commitment.
No, I don't.
The guy who's never had a girlfriend, who talks to
That's because I'm not
a
attractive, is the
girl, who
difference.
talks to a girl for months and months and months, goes on multiple dates with her, hangs out with her until 3 a.m. and is like, yeah, no, I'm not talking to her though. I don't know. No, because you can't commit to anything.
Because I don't like
I
it.
asked you to come over and you can't even say yes.
I can commit to some stuff. I commit to this podcast, working hard every day with it.
When it suits you.
Every day.
Because how long did it take for me to tell you, Brent, we should have a podcast?
Because
Brent,
I was scared that
said
you
it
wouldn't
for
do any work,
years.
and you're not.
I've been saying it for years, and literally, it just so happened that one day you were like, it was New Year's, you were like, Cam, New Year's resolution, we're starting a podcast.
That was my
I was
plan
like,
all
so
along.
great of you to say that like it's your idea.
That was my plan all along. Yeah, I don't think those are challenges. That's pretty good, Cam. Let's hear yours.
We'll move on to me. We'll do my
Please,
my
the first
son.
thing be sad. Please be sad.
So I am a Cancer. My
Yep.
son is in Cancer.
Shocker.
My son has cancer. That's what I'm trying to tell you right now, Brent.
No. My son is Cancer.
Yes. Sure, buddy. If you want to hurt me like that. All right. So Cancer is the 4th sign in the zodiac and is represented by the crab.
You give big crab energy.
What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know. I saw you do that, and in a past life, you might have been a crab.
I mean, there could be worse things.
There could be. There could be better things.
Fuck you. Let's see. Cancers are known for being nurturing, emotional, and intuitive.
Emotional sounds like sad.
There's so many emotions.
It's like, yeah, that's one of them. So sad, therefore,
and
I'm right.
I also don't necessarily think I'm a very emotional person.
That's
I think my
bullshit.
therapist would argue that I actually struggle to talk about my emotions.
Well, then
So take that.
She's a bad fucking therapist
astrology.
because she's a bad therapist because you are emotional.
No, she literally told me the other day. She goes,
She sucks.
What
then.
makes you happy?" I go, "Star Wars." She goes, Okay,
That's
so,
fair.
so
Wait,
what
that's
makes
valid.
what makes you sad? I go,
Life.
I don't know, the death, losing people. She goes, "Oh, okay." And I
Kim,
was
those
like,
are
yeah. She goes,
valid.
I feel like you're not really going in depth there. And I was just like, but that's how I feel.
But I feel like that's a valid, normal behavior. Like,
No, apparently it was not.
I don't know.
Like she
I just-
wanted me to like go into detail and stuff, and then she was trying to like pull it out of me, and then she goes, "You're being very vague and very logical right now. I can just see that there's a block there, and I don't know what it is." And I was just like, "Let's just figure it out."
I don't think
something
there's
else.
a block there, though. I think you were just like, I don't know what you want
You
from
think I'm
me.
just simple?
yeah, you are simple. You are so simple. What else you got?
So they are known for being able to navigate both the emotional and material realms.
Now
That
that,
sounds
sounds
fancy.
That sounds like sad.
What?
No,
No, it
the
means that
emotional
I'm
realm,
very good at being in tune with that stuff and like seeing how the emotional realm will interact with my
so glad
physical
I'm a
material
Sagittarius.
reality. That means nothing to me.
I'm so glad.
All right, I don't like this.
Oh, come on, sad.
They are sensitive,
yeah,
home-loving, and have a deep connection with their families. I'll take
That's
home-loving
fine.
and connection
Sensitive
with
is-
families. I'm
yeah.
not sensitive.
you are sensitive.
I'm not. And it doesn't bother me when you say that.
It might. When I say you're sad, you get real sensitive.
Because
about
I'm not fucking sad, dude.
that.
I'm
Sensitive.
fucking fine. Leave me alone. Piece of garbage. So you want to hear my key traits?
I would love to.
I'm very nurturing.
Yep. Sad.
That's
Sad.
not sad.
No,
That's
I'm
not a-
expecting it.
Oh, okay. Compassionate. I'm very compassionate.
Yeah,
I
because
like
you're
to think so.
emotional and you
No.
get in touch with people's emotional sides.
I know emotions well.
Well, I'm
I'm
also
the best at
compassionate, though.
emotions.
Don't forget that.
Yeah, and that was a lie for you. That's how I know. I'm a compassionate person. I feel for you that
We're
you
saying
need to
people.
feel that way, but you're also wrong because I'm going to be honest and direct, and I don't know if that's going to be on mine. I'm intuitive. I like to think I'm very intuitive, honestly.
I hate that. That's a thing. I think you think you're intuitive because everything I do, you
Life
go,
is intuitive. Man.
everything
You just
I
gotta go with
study
it.
and practice and work for, you go, that's intuitive. No, it is not. You
You
think
don't
that.
like that intuitive is one of my traits?
They say you're intuitive because everything you do, you think is intuitive. That does not mean it is. So a little trigger.
I would like to thank Felicia for putting intuitive in there. I know that she was probably just finding it on a website, but something in the universe told her that word needed to be there.
It would be fun if she put sad and she goes, no, I didn't get that from a website. I just know you.
She's like, I'm also a Cancer and I'm just intuitive, Then we have empathetic. I like to think I'm very empathetic. Yo, bro, we're both loyal. Give me some right there. We're both loyal.
And compassionate. Give me some right there.
No. Protective, which I like to think I'm very protective. I don't let nobody fuck with my people.
That's fair.
Okay. And the last one is creative. I'm a pretty creative guy.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. They sound pretty opposite. We got like a couple things in common, which we both agree on.
Well, I mean, I think all mine fit.
Yeah, and it's very different than mine.
I don't know. I think they're all still pretty vague.
What are your challenges? Because I'm gonna say, see how it's not vague because I can't say anything.
I don't necessarily agree with all.
Like everything in Cancer, I can't be like, yeah, that's me. I see it. That would not. If you said that was me, I'd be mind blown because there's no fucking way.
No.
So it's not that vague. If you said I'm emotional, I'd say that's false. That's fuck.
You're emotional. Your emotion is just a angry prick.
That's
your emotion. Angry prick.
No, that's an identity.
So my potential challenges.
Sad.
No.
Depression.
It says prone to mood swings.
That's sad.
That's not sad. If anything, that's a range of emotions.
You can't swing if you never were sad. You got to go from one end to the other.
Clearly, I've been sad in my
all
life.
the time.
But it's mood swings is like a rapid change of moods.
What
where
else?
Like I can be sad, but then I'll be super happy and stuff like that. I like to think I'm relatively, baseline.
No, that's accurate.
Insecure / sensitive. Which I don't think I'm
like
insecure or sensitive.
Are you sure there's not like a Cancer male and a Cancer female? Because you sound like a female right now.
No, this is just what all cancers are.
It makes sense. You would belong with
I'm
that.
not insecure or sensitive, okay?
Both true.
If anything, I'm very secure in who I am, okay?
Fault.
Overthinkers, I'll take that. I very much so tend to be an overthinker.
Yeah, but I don't think you think very well. You overthink, but it's all bad.
No, so here, the thing is because I overthink, all of the good ideas come up, but also all of the bad ideas come up. So it's very hard to weed them out.
Because I'd like to think I overthink too, but all my ideas are good.
No.
So.
No. And then the last one, I don't really agree with this one. Avoidant of conflict. I like to think I throw myself at conflict.
No, that's false. You said at the first sign of danger, I run. That's an actual quote.
No.
Yes.
Most of my job is spearheading conflict.
Yeah, which
most of what I do is conflict resolution.
Yeah, but you would love like a job where you didn't have to do anything. You would.
Oh well, I mean, who wouldn't? Come on. All right, so that was the sun stuff and some of that basic stuff. So what we're gonna do for these, okay? I'm going to read one of them, not tell you which one it is, and kind of hear your feedback.
Let's do it.
So we'll go with the mood sign, okay? So this person, the moon is in Sagittarius.
For me? Oh, that must be you then.
No, I'm saying, I'm putting a random one. I'm not telling you if it's you or me.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's probably you because like a triple Sag is really like rare.
Well, I mean, first of all,
I knew a girl who was triple Sag.
That wouldn't be a triple Sag. Technically, that would just be a double Sag.
Yeah, but if you got two, you probably got three.
Do you want me to remind you what the moon sign's
the
supposed
emotional one?
Okay, you know.
I know. I'm really into astrology.
Those with a moon in Sagittarius are characterized by having a love of freedom. They are adventurous and intellectually curious. They are known for being optimistic and jovial. They are always seeking adventure and new experiences.
That's a Sagittarius, but now here's where it gets complicated because that's what Sagittarius is, right? So that's not shocking, that description. But who feels that way emotionally? So that's who I am as an identity. Who feels that way emotionally?
Yeah, what do you think?
I don't think I was a double Sag.
How much research have you done? I don't even know.
I remember I did
any
this
of
a
my
long
other
time
signs.
ago, but I don't really remember. I think this might be you because I feel like emotionally you are like curious about things.
If it said curious about space, then
that's
that
what
would
I'm
definitely
saying, like shit
be
like
me.
that. So I want to. Is that you?
So
I get the other option first?
I do have my moon in Sagittarius.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
What's the other one? Well, clearly me.
So your moon is in Aries.
Emotionally, I am probably like angry and shit.
The moon in Aries are characterized by their bold, energetic, and independent emotional nature. They often express their feelings directly and impulsively. They are passionate and enjoy challenges. They view life as an adventure. They have a strong sense of self and are not afraid to take risks.
Cam? You know that's fucking accurate. That was pretty good.
I don't know, man.
Cam, that's pretty fucking good.
I think it's giving you a little too much credit on some stuff.
Oh my God, my signs rock. I am really into astrology now. And the last one, the rising, right? You do the same game.
Yeah, I'll put both of them out though, and then don't comment on either of them until they're both
That's
out.
fair. The rising is how people perceive you.
Yes. Okay. Let me mix it up so you can't tell.
How would I tell, Cam?
I don't fucking know. So the two rising signs, here's what we'll do. The two rising signs that they have are Aquarius and Libra. Which would you like me to read first?
Aquarius.
Okay. So, Aquarius risings are often seen as unconventional and may have a rebellious streak.
Yeah, I
they
think
are
I know.
always
Or
willing
the
to push
answers.
boundaries of tradition and explore new ideas. They are seen as visionaries who are ahead of their time.
Yeah, I won't. I'll let you read the other one, but I think I know.
So for Libra rising, Libra is ruled in Venus, the planet of love and beauty. Libra risings are known for being graceful, social, and making people feel comfortable.
That's you.
Okay, yeah, you got it
Yeah,
right. No,
shit,
I
bro.
have the rising in Libra, and you
so
have
easy.
the rising in Aquarius.
Dude, that was so easy. Yeah, I'm unconventional, and people kind of see me as like a visionary. Absolutely. You, again, with the emotional and the love and yeah, that's you.
Fuck you.
That's you, but I'm sorry. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing.
Nah, I think I'm my own person. I don't think the stars define Cam Conti, dude.
I don't know. I kind of.
So there is one last component here.
Okay.
The question is offered: are Cam and Brent compatible?
Well, based on the descriptions, I would now. I don't know how if it's like opposites attract or if they, two negatives make
it's
a
the
positive.
stars, bro. It's the stars.
But
Think of the stars.
It sounds like on paper we are very opposite. So does that mean we attract or we cancel out? I don't know.
We don't know. Ask the stars.
I am.
Instead, I'm going to ask Felicia. So the answer is yes. Cam
So
and
opposites
Brent.
attract. That's the
Cam
classic
and Brent
thing.
complement each other well and make for quite a compatible pair.
Can I maybe predict something? I think we might work so well is because between the two of us,
We cover everything.
I'm pretty sure we got every single astrology buzzword. Between all of our signs, every single buzzword that astrology uses to describe someone, I think we got. We got it from emotion. We got everything.
So there's more. While Cam may be more reserved, his moon in Sagittarius matches with Brent's love for fun and adventure.
On an emotional level, you connect with my identity.
Sure.
That's true. That's exactly
But I'm not
what it
into you,
means.
and I want you to make that very
On
clear
an
because
emotional
I'm
level,
honest
you
and
love
direct.
who I am.
No. That's not how that works.
That's
I
your
barely
moon
like
is your emotional sign, which likes my identity.
Both are compassionate and intellectual. That's not true. I'm an
Yeah.
idiot, and you're not compassionate.
You are intellectual in a different way than I am.
What
That's
way?
true.
Please compliment me right now.
I'm more intelligent. You're more wise.
Yeah, but that's not intellect. Intellect is intelligence.
No, but
and wisdom is wise.
I don't think it kind of breaks those down. I think they kind of make it kind of more broad.
Both are compassionate and intellectual, which allows them to connect on a much deeper level.
And I'm compassionate, just like you, but in a different way.
Cam's loyal and empathetic nature allows him to break down the walls that Brent is likely to put up due to his strong sense of independence.
And that's true. You get to me more than most people. You know more than anybody else.
Well, I like to think I just bother you to the point where you give up.
That's a good strat. That's a good strategy.
You know, I like to think
So
I've just worn you down.
You know
like an old
that's
married
true.
couple.
You know that one's true though.
That one,
I'm pretty sure you said that.
Let's see. In other words, Brent is the yin to Cam's yang.
And that's something we kind of always thought. We are very...
I do feel like more of a yang, though. You know what I mean?
I'm the white one. For no
What?
reason.
Which one is which? Well, because if yang is the white one, then I'm the white one. Because I like the yang.
I think
more.
yin is the white one because it comes first. Yin and then yang is the black one.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go
I
with
want to
it.
be. I want to be the yang. Whatever it is, I'm the yang.
You're the black one.
First of all, that's a wild statement to
That's
just
just how-
throw at me.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care what I am. I'm the yang. Okay. I'm not telling you what you are. I'm just saying what I am.
That's fine.
Listen, maybe we're both yangs.
No,
Maybe we're yanging each other's chains.
No,
over
I'm
here,
telling
you.
you,
Know what I'm
I'm yin because I'm the white one.
Okay, but we don't know if that's accurate. You're making a statement that you're not positive
I
about.
know. I am.
No.
Official ruling yin is the white one.
I mean, I'm fine with being the black one. I just want him to be yang.
You are yang. You're black one.
Okay, but I'm saying you can't definitively say that. You don't speak.
Do you want
how
about
this? Chinese? Is that where it comes from?
Sure. You Asian. I don't know. You can make a ruling, and you can say regardless you're yang. We'll look it up after the show.
All right, give me the fucking thing, dude. Give me the fucking. I'm yang, bitch.
Cool. So enjoy that, because we'll get back to that later. That could be a last one for a while. That was actually really fun. I'm not gonna lie. I think I actually might be into astrology now.
Oh God, Brent. Just because you get it all written down in paper doesn't make it true.
I don't know, because I was able to nail every single one of those. It makes sense, like, logically, of why it would be compatible.
Right, to be fair, don't pat yourself on the back because you had a 50-50 shot for the two things that you guessed. All you did was guess two things right in a row. Yeah, that's not that hard.
Yeah, but here's the thing. That's a 25% chance of doing that. That's not.
You know what we'll do?
Majority.
Maybe next time we talk about astrology and stuff, I'll just get a bunch of random ones and then have one Sagittarius in there and be like, okay, Brent, which one's yours? And if you pick it out, I'll give you credit.
But it also depends on if you're talking about, my sun sign, my moon sign, my rising sign.
I'll get you a horoscope.
Because the moon one was...
wait, you know what would be interesting? Pulling up an actual horoscope and hear like what our day says. Because now we can reflect on it. The day's almost over.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can reflect and be like, you know what? That's exactly what happened to me. You'll be like, nope, none of that makes sense. That's a bunch of bullshit.
I don't know. I just feel like everything that you said based on the descriptions made sense.
I don't know.
We might have to revisit. That was really fun. Thank you, Felicia. That was great.
Thank you, Felicia. I do appreciate you doing all the extra work, and I'll make sure that you get extra shout-outs on the social media because I manage it. And I do an okay job.
I'm looking at the time, and you keep bringing stuff up. I don't know if we should close or if I should yell at you for like 5-10 minutes and make it a little longer.
Listen, I'm a compassionate, intuitive guy. You can throw it at me. I'll feed off that emotion.
All right. We'll
want to thank everyone for listening.
I'm gonna cut it. Nope, not happening. So, I will cover it. Real quick at the end of the episode, because there's a new thing I want to implement. As everyone knows, probably, and you've kind of admitted, I do significantly more work for the podcast.
That's not lost.
Without me, this podcast does not happen. Cam has important roles. They're easier, but it's fine. I recognize that we'll give him easier tasks, but as long as he does them, that's fine. You do the social media post, and you're supposed to post clips. Like you don't have to
which I've done.
You don't have to do the clips. You have to tell me the times. So essentially, what I'm asking you to do is watch our videos and write down timestamps and post on social media. That's it. That's very reasonable.
Yeah, I'll do everything. I've done all of that, as you can tell from the social media.
But here's what's aggravating.
Done well.
Here's what's aggravating though. You'll give me clips to make, and it'll be like Sunday at 10 o'clock. Yeah, episode comes up Monday. You got to do it earlier. And you're like, I was busy. What are you doing? I got high. Went out to dinner. I was hanging out with my friends. That's not busy.
It's called life, baby.
And then you yell at me when I'm busy actually doing podcasts.
Life is what happens in between your responsibilities, man.
And then today, I said, I'm not going to hang out with you yesterday because today I have to do all of this stuff. And you said, but that's supposed to be my job. I said, I know. Not done yet. You promised me it'd be done by today.
Yeah, and by today.
And it's not.
No, it is.
Is it?
Yeah. I took a picture of it on my phone.
Okay, so how is that helping me now that it's almost midnight and you did your work? Now I still have to waste my whole Saturday.
You were at work. I finished it around the time you were getting out of work. You wouldn't have been able to do it anyway because then you had a haircut and then I already told you I had plans.
Here's going to be the new thing, and I'm starting it right now, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to introduce a new thing called Cam Sanctions.
Oh, is this about the fucking ice again? Is that one of the sanctions? No fucking ice?
No, that's fucking like a necessity.
Don't be sad.
No, I already have your first sanction, and it's going to take place.
You see how many times you try to change me, and I've never asked you to do anything?
I'm going to start giving you a task, simple task. I'm not going to ask for anything above your scale. There are some stuff you can do to go above and beyond, which we'll get into in a little bit, but you have to at least do the minimal amount of work by the date that I give you. If you do not, you are going to get sanctioned. For example, next episode, you do not have a gavel. Lost. You do not have it.
You can't do that.
In order to get it back, you have to prove yourself. You have to either do something nice, do something above and beyond, not piss me off for a week.
Are you
have to
giving
do
me a path
nice.
to do the bare minimum and be fine?
Yes. Cam, I want you to do the bare minimum. You don't do that. That's the problem.
I do that. I do that every single
So
time.
for the next episode, you don't have a gavel.
No, because I got the stuff done.
Cam, again, it's not helping me right now because I needed clips by today.
No, you didn't. You didn't have any time to do it today.
That bonus episode we've been talking about.
What time would you have had today to do it?
Before I got in for my haircut. I had like
before you got in for your haircut, you were driving.
No, I wasn't. I had like an hour and a half for my haircut.
And you wouldn't have been able to do that much.
I would have.
No, you wouldn't have.
We were gonna post the bonus episode today. It's not gonna happen because we need clips, which we do not have. Sunday is Easter. Cam, I'm not working on Easter, so now we delay it.
Oh, now you think you get holidays?
Yes, I get holidays.
We don't view holidays here at We've Got Words.
So
okay.
So the new thing is Cam sanctions, where I will punish you and you have to earn it back.
Oh, you're gonna punish me now?
So that was your last gavel until you earn it back.
You act like you can stop me.
But I don't want you to be mad at me. We're still friends, right? So we're gonna end the episode.
I don't like you.
As we end the episode, I'm gonna put a smile on your face, okay? Because I have a surprise, and
it better be boobs.
I want to get this in right now. I found these at work, and
so it's not boobs.
Could be, and I think this would cheer you up. And then we got to do the outro. All right. Also, doing a good outro. Maybe that gets your gavel back.
Oh, fuck you. My outros are great. Everyone loves my outros. Nothing but the best outros for me.
So this may not seem special, but I looked at the branding. I didn't know they existed, and I know you're a connoisseur of this stuff.
Again, you're making it sound like boobs, but I'm not seeing boobs anywhere.
But Dum Dums have special Easter lollipops.
I don't like the color of those.
They are special Easter lollipops.
They look
officially
too,
branded Dum Dums Bunny Pops. Cam, yellow or blue?
What the fuck do you think? Give me that blue one, idiot.
Real quick, how are they while you do the outro? Think it.
Hold on, I'm observing it. First of all, creepy bunny on there.
Look at the wrapper. It's officially branded Dum Dums.
Yeah, I get that, but that doesn't make it good.
Okay, this
looks like mine's berry blue cherry. I don't know.
There a flavor? How do you see the flavor?
Yeah, you can read it. Yours is
Troppy berry. Nope. Oh, they're all
berry lemonade.
Maybe.
Yeah, yours is berry lemonade. All right.
So you're welcome.
I don't like how foggy they look.
Lick
I don't
the bunny.
like it at all.
It tastes like a Dum Dum.
No, it's not the same. It's not bad.
It's cherry.
It's not bad.
Or lemon.
But like it's not like a quality pop. You know. I also prefer like a round pop and not like a flat circular pop. Yeah, it's not doing the trick.
I thought Dum Dums were the best though.
Well, I mean, like traditional Dum Dums. These aren't Dum Dums. These are Dum Dum Bunny Pops. It's completely different.
Happy Easter, everybody.
We want to thank everyone for listening to We've Got Words, the podcast no one asked for. Listen, we know you didn't ask for it, but it's here, so just enjoy it. All right? You can enjoy it anywhere. You can enjoy it on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube. You can talk to us on Reddit. You can send us an email at fucking nowordsaskpod@gmail.com. No one asked pod. This kid gets it. We're clearly doing great over here. All right, friend, you got anything else to say to the people? No one cares. All right. Thank you. Also, Twitter, I think.
All right. That's a sanction. Now, you fuck up the outro, you get a sanction. You're going to do a good outro, and then you get sanctions over.
Oh, I have to do it again?
No.
That was a great one. And that's not my fault.
No words asked.
You pissed me off at the end. You went off on this whole fucking rant, and then you hand me this shit fucking lollipop. This is disrespectful.
I said
you're lucky I don't throw this on the ground, but I don't want to get fucking sanctioned over here. Ladies and gentlemen, Brent's sanctioning me. All right, this is fucking bullshit. This is kangaroo court. This is garbage.
I saw Dum Dums.
You're putting in minimal effort here, and that's not acceptable.
I thought of my best friend after seeing the one thing he stupidly loves. Fuck you.
Bad at this, man.
Thanks for listening.
You're a bad friend.